Welcome back, everybody. Here we got Prime versus JIN Air Green Wings, and the Green Wings are slapping them around.
They're flapping them around now.
Oh, yeah, man. They're flying around in a circle right over the corpse of Prime right now.
There's like a bunch of feathers and dead Prime players on the ground. JIN Air players have already flown away. They're nowhere to be seen. All that's left are the remains. All right, TANGTANG. 0-4 career. 0-3 versus Protoss. How bopped is TANGTANG about to get?
Well, that is the big question. He is facing the big guy in SOS, of course, for JIN Air. And, I don't know. JIN Air just looking to line him up and knock him down as fast as possible.
No spare. They want the strike, man.
Yeah, exactly. And TANGTANG not looking any better than Yokeng Keen, to be honest, kind of having that same look. Very just calm, apathetic. And SOS not really having the same season that he had last season. Keep in mind he tied with Hero for the most winning player last season. So this time around, being 11-11 is definitely a small downfall for him.
Yeah, and let's be honest, like, I know that a lot of everyone wants to talk about this, but last season was insanely Protoss favored. This season it's a lot more balanced with the players that are doing well. So
it's true. Even though we do have the big question, is Protoss overpowered in one of our commercials? Not sure if you saw that one, Wolf.
I did. It's not. That's the answer. Yeah.
Well, guys, we're going to jump into game number 3 here in just a second. Terraform will be the map here for TANGTANG versus SOS. Up here in the top left in the purple, the last player here for Prime. Potentially it is TANGTANG. Whoa.
Hang in there, Valdez. Down to the bottom right in green. It's $$, big money Protoss SOS.
Oh, yeah. Big money Protoss.
Big money Protoss. Raining on the dollar bills. Throwing out the OBEG ones.
Oh, yeah, man. Throwing a bunch of coins.
Sweden loves Protoss.
Oh, boy. I like it.
Yeah. Protoss loves Sweden. Look at Naniwa.
Probably.
look at God, why am I drawing a blank on the Naniwa's basically cohort in Prime? God, his name starts with an S, right? God, what's the other pro's name? I used to live with the guy. I'm losing it.
I don't even know who you're talking about, actually.
He lived in Taiwan for a while. He lived in Startail for a while. God, what was his ID? He and Nani were really close. Protoss buddies from Sweden. And I can't remember his ID, but he was really good. And
is that
he played
Sase?
in GSL? Yeah, Sase, that's it. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Jeez, I feel like I'm on Jeopardy or something. Like
I'm like old 2011 matches for 500. I watched some Starcraft Jeopardy show that someone did, and I got invited to go on this show, and I thought it was going to be like about Starcraft lore. I had no idea, so I said no because I don't know anything about that. But it was all about like esports history, and I was watching some of those questions, and I'm like, oh my god, I know all the answers. I want to go on that show next time.
You would be the perfect guy, actually, to go on that show.
They're like, who's the first player to beat ST in a televised EVZ? I'm like, I know this. I know this.
It was Boom Boom, right?
Yeah, everyone's like, I'm like, I know this one. I know this one. Yeah. So this is going to be a standard opening here for these two players. You ever drink Tang, the orange juice? Like, what is Tang? It's a kick in the glass.
That's not juice, man. That's like that's sugar water, straight up orange flavored sugar water. Had like 60 sugars in the entire thing.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna see.
But it was fantastic. I loved it.
It was one of those things where it's like, if you give a kid that TANGTANG at the pool, it's like he's gonna probably hurt himself. Like you need to, you need to like couple that with video games, so at least his energy goes into something. We're actually going to see a proxy here, which I'm a bit surprised by because I expected SOS to honestly just play straight up with the new meta type stuff like Classic's been showing us.
I think this might just be him saying, you know, this guy is not going to be able to stop this. This is TANGTANG we're talking about.
What a weird place to put this Dark Shrine as well. It's actually possibly going to be scouted.
So Reaper is on the hunt. He knows. I mean, he scouted the 2 gas very early on, so... And he also missed the 1 pylon that was in the main, that was in the corner. So he's like, okay, something's going on. I just don't know what it is just yet. So I wouldn't be surprised if he just plays very safe, sits back, gets up some turrets to deal with, you know, Oracle / DTs. But the Reaper is going to find this.
Now, how's he going to transition?
I think it'll probably just be blank.
Looks like it is actually going to be able to slow down the CC.
Let's see if SOS can just say... Okay, like you saw it, I don't care. I'm just going to kill you anyway. Let's see if he can actually just outplay TANGTANG straight up after he's seen it.
So for a little bit of recent esports history, TANGTANG was the only player ever in StarCraft history to defend a Colossus drop with 1 SCV killed and then still lose the game. Rushed Colossus drop.
It was that deer, right?
Yeah. It was like the fastest Colossus drop possible. It's actually just going to kill him with a blink all in, and he's in a micro against the Widow Mines. I can't even believe he's making a Mothership core. It's way too late. He doesn't even need that. Just get 1 stalker up on the high ground and out-micro this guy.
Yeah, I guess he's just going to use it for vision. But
this looks like one of my ladder games, so I feel really at home here.
You're like, you saw it? Whatever. It doesn't matter. Reaper coming by, just making sure it's not DTs.
Sees the chrono. The thing is, he definitely is going to want to evacuate this orbital, but he can wait a little bit longer. Drop that mule. That's fine. By the time the Mothership core gets over here, he's going to have vision. He could have tried to force his way up there earlier, but he didn't know that. He also didn't know there were going to be Widow Mines. A Stalker can blink when a Widow Mine is triggered at the perfect moment and actually avoid it. It's not even actually that hard. It looks cool, but as long as SOS doesn't make too many mistakes, even without detection here, should be able to do a lot with this.
So Blink about to finish up here. He did kill the Reaper as well. Looks like he's got 9 Stalkers, I think, at the front of that base. No, just 8. But 9 in total. Looking to get that vision, and he's just going to blink straight into the main. Here we go.
Yep. Widow Mine way out of position, was protecting the right side. And even without Blink, like Blink is on cooldown, he can just micro those Blink Stalkers down, the weakened ones, every time.
Oh, he's going to do so much damage. Tank does come out. That's definitely going to help out in the defense. He can get a good position on that. But already 10 SCVs going down. And he's got TANGTANG cornered.
He is going to hold this, though. I don't think SOS can actually kill. Some of these Stalkers are in the yellow. And he's going to have to transition.
Yeah, maybe he'll just sit back and get his own Nexus up. I've seen it happen from time to time. Looks like he actually just wants to go for it, though. SOS has had enough. He's like, I don't want to play straight up against this guy.
Those units should have been in the bunker.
Yeah.
And that's going to cost him big. Now he can actually totally outmaneuver this.
There's no bunkers over here. He's going to have to try to reposition his Widow Mines and the 1 tank. Trying to get a 2nd tank out here. Going to just, you know, trigger that with 1 Stalker. Very easy peasy.
Oh, he's just going to blink on top of this. There's not enough units here. Even with the bunker and the SCVs coming down, this is a slaughter here. A lot of these Stalkers in the red, in the yellow, but it doesn't matter if they don't die. They still do damage.
Man. Tank comes out on the wrong side. Oh. Wolf, what are we watching?
One of my ladder games. Pretty sure this is a replay taken straight from my hard drive.
Oh, God. Well, there you have it, guys. SOS going to make it quick for us. Make it quick for Prime. Using the guillotine here. GG. SOS, no reaction. Says, okay, whatever. There you have it. JIN does get all 3 bonus points here against Prime.
You know, if you don't have those units in the bunker and SOS sees that, he's like, what? Like, you have to have, the tank has to be supporting your bunker. You've got to have, like, if he has units in that bunker, the Mothership core gets targeted and it dies and you lose vision. You blink on top of that bunker, you're going to take a lot of damage. Then the units in the bunker that are in the front can actually come around and surround you. They blinks on cooldown. The tank moves up in tank mode and actually becomes a tougher situation. Yeah, you can still win with that blink if there are units in the bunker, but it's so much more difficult. And if the units are just sitting next to the bunker, I don't know what they're doing. Expecting a frontal blink into the bunker and the tank? No. See, he looks and he says no. He shakes his head because he knows. But that's not what they're going to do.
By the way, the same mile-long stare there for TANGTANG as we saw from Yoda and Keen, his Terran buddies. Not feeling good in the boots so far. And JIN just making it really quick.
Yeah, well, this is so important for them to do, right? Because they haven't taken a single match. So, as I've said before, even like last season and at the beginning of this season, when you face Prime, if you don't get a 3-0, you're putting yourself somewhat of a disadvantage compared to the rest of the teams. Because most teams aren't going to get that 3-0. So you need that. And that's why they bring heavy hitters. They bring Maru and SOS on this day of matches. Like, they're not messing around. They bring Grove.
Well, Maru not going to be able to play here. I think that's the biggest thing to note. He's going to fall behind in these winners' rankings for sure. And kind of sad to see. We do see Czech getting that win, though, over Yoda. And, of course, JIN are getting the 3-0 here.
Yep. I mean, there's not much else to overanalyze here. I'd like to hear from Czech, even though he probably played the weakest game of the 3. Just because I want to see this guy. I want to have him interviewed because we haven't really gotten to talk to him, meet a new character.
Yeah, same thing about Impact yesterday.